that's falling through the cracks. I just wish it wasn't real, but it is. What comes after war?
Love it.
We may be far, but our hearts are connected. Blood so thick, even water can't wreck it. We're fun, sexy, intelligent, a little crazy. We all seem to make it look easy. Come join us and have a good time. The family bloodline. The family bloodline. The family bloodline. The family bloodline.
Yeah.
What up, good people?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
We here
TGIF.
Yes,
all
we
day.
are here.
All day,
TGIF.
TGIF.
We got a whole lot to talk about tonight, y'all. How's
So
everybody doing?
there we go. Yeah, how's everybody doing? That's the question.
Busy weekend. Busy weekend.
We only
Yeah,
on
what got you so busy?
Just got had to go drop some money off to Jamie. Took Jameer to the movies tonight. See that Venom. It's his birthday. Well, his birthday's Sunday.
I want to see Venom so bad. Oh my God, I want to see it. It was good.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
I want to go to the drive-in and see it too.
Oh, that'd be dope. I ain't been to a drive-in.
St. Louis still got that drive-in there?
Not that I know of. I can check into it. I ain't seen no, man. I ain't heard of no drive-in in a long time.
What? Well, you need to come to Atlanta. We go to the drive-in down here. It's dope.
Okay, yeah, that sounds dope.
We got a drive-in out here too.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, on the base or out in?
No, it's out in town. I love it. I love it. As a matter of fact, next time I get my kids, I'm gonna take them out there. But what else? What else been going on with your dirt?
Got daddy-daughter date tomorrow with Chanel. We supposed to be going to the arcade, this little spot called Up Down. You know, they got all the vintage arcade games and all different types of games and stuff. And we're gonna do that, do dinner. Sky got a baby shower tomorrow.
Say what?
Yeah, oh, you ain't know Sky finna have a baby.
You busy. Your schedule be busy. Third, you be busy. You be busy. You's a busy man.
I got football Sunday and then birthday dinner for Jameer actually on Sunday for the actual birthday. So yeah, busy weekend.
Always busy. That's awesome. Well, yeah, my
what
weekend.
about you?
Yeah, I ain't been. I have not had too much going on. You know, you guys know I've been recovering from my little hospital visit or whatever a couple weeks ago. So I've just been trying to stay healthy, and I've been, doing my little work and coming home and just chilling. Nothing's really new, other than this song Fat just let me hear. The whole day long. Come on, man. A little song in the studio. So, I mean, yeah.
But you've been resting up, though?
I have been resting up. Done with all my horse pills.
Can't stand pills.
It's hard to swallow them things.
What all was you on?
Potassium, and antibiotics, of course, and what else? They gave me a pill, that's helps suppress, nausea, and then the 800 milligram ibuprofen. So, yeah, it was four different medications I was taking, but
how long did it have?
Doing better.
How long did they have you down?
A week, 7 days. They gave me a 7-day prescription, 7 days worth of medicine and stuff like that. So a little stomach virus, you guys, nothing big. Don't freak out nobody. Don't freak out.
Gas?
Huh?
I thought you just had gas at first. It's worse than gas.
Okay. That's what it be sometimes, right? Like, just take a little Robitussin and you'll be okay.
Well, we're glad you're back and glad you're healthy.
Most definitely.
Yeah, what about you, Fat? Tell us about this whole studio visit and this new song you're working
So,
on. It's
so
really
yeah,
exciting.
I've been a little busy. A couple of weeks ago, I went to the studio with my partner, Manny, Ecast the pro, Ecast the producer, and I remade a song that he wrote in 2017. Actually, that's when he wrote it, and I think that's when he was getting back from his deployment, or not too long after he had gotten back from his deployment. And we had been talking about it for a while. He wanted me to remake it and put my vocals on it. So I was off. We had a break, and I was like, "Hey man, let's get into the studio." So it was my first time in the studio. Hey Sheba, it was my first time in the studio, and like understanding the lyrics and kind of bonding with those lyrics. Also, I was able to push something out, and we're going to go back and redo it. But I think the first draft is actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
What's the name of the song?
So the name of the song is "What Comes After War."
Okay.
What comes after war, and it outlines a little bit of a timeline of how vets are feeling, and just trying to let the government know, let the VA know that, hey, I'm not doing all that well. We need some help. So
Ooh,
where are
okay.
you at? Where are you at with this help that you promised me?
Mm-hmm.
You promised
You
me
need to
help,
know
promised me
that beat.
assistance. Yeah.
You
So
need to know that
it
was that
goes
beat.
through a timeline, and it talks about that in a really artistic fashion. So when he wrote it, it was simply speaking from his experience, but his experience, like all of us vets, we go through it. Like,
Yeah.
hey, where's the help that you promised me right now? And I'm doing the best that I can, and you're not there.
It's
So
really
some
sad
of us end
for
up,
vets.
say again.
It's really sad what a lot of vets go through
Oh, absolutely.
in this country. It's really
Yeah.
sad.
So some of us end up giving up. Some of us can't take it, and that's where you get the movement of 22 a day. And what 22 a day is pretty much every day you got 22 veterans that commit suicide, and it's because they didn't get that proper help at a specific time that they were going through an issue.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's
yeah,
not, but I was reading an article the other day. California, some area in California is, they're really getting on that veteran homeless situation. A lot of homeless vets out in California. So they're
yeah,
trying to fix that, get them some temporary housing and stuff like that. It's been going on for so long, and it's just
yeah,
really one of those crazy things that you just really can't understand. You just don't understand how somebody can, give their life to a country and the country doesn't take care of them in the end. It's
yeah,
really
absolutely. So that song actually embodies that sentiment. The last stanza talks about, "Hey, Uncle Sam, this is the last time that I'll try." And then it begins to talk about the demons that's happening to him. But the government, it's for some vets, it feels like the government has simply given up on them, and they've been trying to get the assistance needed, and it's just falling on deaf ears. It's falling on deaf ears with Congress. It's falling on deaf ears with people in the Senate. There's no forward progress, and we're just left in a state of PTSD, unfortunately. And we lose our houses, we lose our family, we turn to a movement of self-medication, so on and so forth. There's a lot of vets that simply spiral out of control because they're not getting the proper help, not getting the proper assistance. So that's what that song speaks to. And I'm simply trying to do my best embodying that movement, that feeling, and that understanding.
yeah.
So yeah, I posted it. I posted some snippets on TikTok. I posted some snippets on Facebook. Che, you heard the whole song,
Yeah,
and
I heard it. I listened to it a few times. I really
yeah,
like
and I think it's a really well written song, um, and it says a lot.
alternative. What can we call it? Alternative rock or
So I guess it is a bit of an alternative rock country type
yeah.
of type of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, when y'all get it all together, man, y'all can debut it, and then we can have that topic, that discussion.
Yeah, exactly. So
Because it's like you say, I see a lot of vets come home. They deal with mental health issues. They have trouble with they medical bills. It's just a ton. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be a great topic to talk about.
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm with it.
Yeah. So our fourth cohort, today is her birthday.
Cohort.
it,
Like that's gotta be some military stuff.
it is. It is. And it just describes
Cohort in those clothes. Ain't there like a clothing line? It's called Cohort, or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Anyway.
it just describes a unit that moves through different sections of training together, and they're with each other for a prolonged amount of time. So, yeah, our fourth cohort today is her birthday, Wanderella.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Wanda!
Happy birthday, Wanda!
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we
having fun. So she gonna be here a little bit in a little bit. Hopefully she'll be chiming in eventually. But it's her birthday today, so she got she doing what she doing.
yeah,
Amen.
that's what I want to hear about.
Do what you do. Seems like she been having fun today though. I just saw her little Facebook posts and stuff out there, taking her little drinks and stuff. Turn up, cousin.
Boom.
Turn up.
You better do it, Juan. Turn it all the way up.
Absolutely.
All the way. I can't remember how old she is, but if she's reached no, she ain't hit the 40s yet.
Women, we don't like to talk about, what our
Yeah, I know it's a private thing. I got it.
Right.
She in them dirty 30s and she's doing exactly what she's doing. She looks great. So hopefully we'll see her soon, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be on a little bit later. Her husband surprised her with an event, and hopefully she's having a blast.
Oh, we know she's having a blast. We know she's having a blast.
Okay,
she have a blast by herself. Yeah, she just need herself for real.
Right. Right. She ain't even in her 40s yet.
What up, She on vacation or is she back? I wonder if she back yet. I know she was on vacation.
Where's she going on vacation? Where you at, girl? Where you at?
I just seen a post. See y'all later, St. Louis. You heard me? She was up.
I know. I saw that too. You leaving
Wheels
me?
up. Wheels up.
You leaving me? Well, anyways, you guys. So this is the first time we're just doing YouTube only. We're trying to step away from Facebook a little bit with our lives and our videos and stuff, and come on to YouTube only. Hopefully, we can get our subscribers up that way. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I know y'all are so used to seeing us on Facebook because we've been here, on Facebook, but we're only trying to do YouTube for right now. So hopefully, we can get that going, and people can eventually get used to us just being on YouTube.
Yeah.
Ton of content over here on YouTube that hasn't been seen, or so hopefully, like Chase said, we can get y'all over here to view it and like and subscribe.
And like, let's be honest about Facebook. There's a toxic thing happening in Facebook right now, and it's unpredictable. We don't know where it's going. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if Facebook's changing its name. We don't know if Facebook's changing its platform. So it's easier for us to be on YouTube because it's a dedicated server, understanding that it's owned by Mark still, but there's a little less of a chance that this platform will be changed and will be taken away because there's so many people that come on YouTube just to listen to stuff, view things, so on and so forth. So it's better for us to be on YouTube. And we can track our subscribers better. We can answer and respond to our subscribers a lot better, a lot faster, because we all get notified when somebody makes a comment when we're offline. So, yeah, YouTube's just a better platform for us, honestly.
Yeah, hopefully it works. We're going to have a little bit of transitional time, and people are going to take a little minute to figure out what's going on and how to catch us. But hopefully over the next couple of lives, people will catch on to the fact that we're on YouTube now and only, and not on Facebook anymore. So.
Yeah, it'll become normal. It'll be coming
Yeah,
up.
so we got some things to talk about tonight, you guys. We already said happy birthday to Miss Wanderella. We hope
That's so dope.
who else had some birthdays recently? Snoop's birthday was recently. Kamala Harris, her birthday was recently. So she's in some good company. She's got some dope people who she said she shares kind of her birthday with. So I'm
Yeah.
Funny story. I used to tell people Herschel Walker was my uncle growing up because we shared the same birthday. You know, it was funny.
It's interesting. It's interesting to see who has a birthday around the same time as yours. You be like, wow, I didn't know that person was the same sign as me, or wow, I didn't know, I had a birthday so close to this person. So it's really cool to see, especially
I
celebrities and
share
stuff.
I share a birthday with Donald J. Trump.
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
proud about everything that happens in my life.
I'm sorry to hear that, cuz I'm real sorry to hear that.
And I don't I can't control that.
Might
It
have to
just
take
happened the way it
it easy.
happened. You
That
know.
stirred up my nerves real quick. Hold on, let me grab out me a little bit of a little drink. 'Cause that stirred up my
Hmm.
nerves a little bit.
Hey, give me a second. Somebody is actually knocking at my door very
Okay.
silently. I'm finna go see what this is.
Well, you guys, as you can see, lots going on. Busy people, kids, all kind of good things. All right, Dirk. So let's see. What can we talk about first? I know what I want to talk about first. You been hearing about Kanye?
I done heard a lot about Ye over the last. So when we were talking about it,
Baby,
I didn't know where we was at with it. You know,
Mr.
but
Kanye
I know
West.
he just got a little bit more richer. Kim bought them cribs from him. Oh my
Oh,
goodness, a
oh,
20. She bought one for 20 million. Then she just bought another one for 3 mil.
I mean, who knows? Are they together? Are they not together?
It's been
I,
weird. It's been weird seeing them at same events, birthdays, and all this stuff. You know, but I guess they just been. I don't think. I think they just being cordial, and I think it's still a little something there. But you know,
mhm,
a person. You know when it's time to part ways. You know.
mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean, what I wanted to talk about specifically was the fact that he had changed his name.
oh
Holy
Um,
cow.
oh yeah, that
he
too.
changed
Holy cow.
he changed his name to, I guess, Yay, Yay, Yay. Kanye done changed his name.
Yeah, what is up with these outfits and the you know what I'm saying? What's going on with him, man?
Okay,
He is throwing me.
so after we found out he changed his name, we find out that he didn't cut his hair in some very bizarre kind of pattern. Looks like he did it himself. Kind of really
Trash.
looks like mental breakdown. I'm pretty
The
sure he
the
did
the
it.
pattern is trash.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he did that himself. Like, there ain't no barber about to,
the
you don't
kids
go to the
did
barber
that.
shop for no haircut like that.
Yeah, that was from the kids. The kids hooked him up.
Right,
They gave him that fade.
right. The kids was
Yeah.
just playing in his hair. He was just like whatever. What y'all think about that, guys? Would y'all ever walk around with that haircut?
Now,
Not even if you was billionaires. Like if you was a billionaire, you really wouldn't be walking around like that.
I ain't cool with that. That
No.
boy can be halfway fading my hair, and his clippers can break. I ain't leaving until I
No,
get
I'm
the other
sitting.
side.
I'm
You know what I'm
sitting.
saying?
I'm
I'm
sitting like,
probably.
hey, I'm finna wait here. You finna go fix that. We ain't
Yeah,
leaving. This is not how it's finna end. Not
yeah.
today, Satan.
You
Not
guys are
today.
really, really serious about your haircuts. So I know this ain't nothing y'all trying to play around with.
All
Yeah,
right.
so a little bit of the secret is we take about as much pride in our hair as women do.
Oh,
You
that's a
know?
secret. That's a secret.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
a well-groomed man, a man in general who appreciates his appearance and wants to have a presentable status, right?
Yeah.
you make sure that you take care of yourself, you groom yourself essentially. And that might not include your nails, it might not include your feet, but at the very least, it's going to include your hair, it's going to include your beard, because that's what people are looking at. That's what you're presenting to folks. And it has to be some type of a professional look or something that's attractive. Now, what Kanye West did, it looked like my man just went down. He went out and just laid down in front of a tractor and was like, let me get that cut.
Not the weed whacker.
Yeah.
They just ran a lawnmower over his head.
Yeah. He was, I mean, but honestly, his clothing line and his shoes, they show the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little bit of chaos, it's trash. And if that's what he's going for in his artistic expression, well, good for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's a thin line. Like, what do you think? Like, is it artistic expression or is it, I'm losing my mind a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the second part.
Like, you never know. Like,
who is around him? Then he must pay people just to be a yes man or something, just to tell him, yeah, that's
right.
Cool. Yeah, those kids lie. Nah, bro. Somebody needs to be honest with this guy one time and just, you know what I'm saying, sit down, have a heart to heart with him or something. This is ridiculous.
That's celebrity life, being surrounded by yes men and you can't do nothing wrong, and then the world is looking at you like cross-eyed. What is going
out
on?
In the ether? He's out in the ether. And if it is a mental breakdown, well, he needs to go and get some help for it, right? And God bless him, and I'll pray for him on that level. Well, I'm lying, because I'm not gonna pray for him because I don't know him like that. But what I will say is that I hope he gets help for it, because what he's doing, like for the average person, that shit ain't okay. It's not okay. And if somebody walked into a job site like that for just to get an interview, they'd be like, hey, no, we're gonna sit down and go through the formalities, but no, we can't. His hair shows it all.
That's one thing. Like, I wonder if people are actually gonna go. Like, somebody is gonna go and do that to their head.
That's what I was about to get to, because they buying his shoes, somebody's buying his clothing. So,
yeah,
it's gonna be one of them guys. I can tell you that.
It'd be interesting if it goes trendy, and now a whole bunch of guys walking around with a weed whacker haircut. That'd be
well, I tell you what, that's going to be the greatest year of the comedian. It's going to be the greatest year of the comedian, because that is not okay.
They're gonna drag all of y'all.
Yeah, you just out here and you went to your 14-year-old barber and said, close your eyes and let's see what happens.
14-year-old daughter.
He went to the barber like, I am your canvas. Do to me.
Do what you will. Do what you will.
Be called a barber. That is not a barber skill. Like, whoever whoever did that to his head cannot put barber anywhere in their name or their essence, anything.
Pull that picture back up. Do we even got a lining?
Put the picture back up. Let's see. We can't tell. I can't tell. No.
Lined it up.
Ain't no lining.
Ain't no lining, bro.
Why would he waste his time getting the lining?
It looked like lightning just struck his head and burnt off a couple pieces.
Man, it looked like my man was on. He was on the Discovery Channel, and he was featured in Shark Attack Week.
Look, fat, my whole day was
right.
Coming to an end. What's going on with this hair?
What are you doing here? If that's what money does to you, I only want to make a certain amount, and I want to stay right below that ceiling.
I swear to God, how much money certain people make out of this unlimited money. Whew, it's creating some cosmic energy out here that we just don't need right now.
And all this happened after he changed his name, and so when he changed his name, he did it down in LA, and he listed for personal reasons. That was the only explanation he gave, which is fine, because he don't know what's in the explanation. But bruh.
We
If
gonna talk
you're
about that.
trying to make me buy moon shoes and dress like I'm homeless, and then you get your haircut like this, and then you minimize your name to 2 letters, no, my man, I can't do it, my boy. I can't do it. I can't follow you like that.
You try to be like Prince. Prince just had a symbol though, anyway. So I don't
That was dope.
know.
That
Well, good
And
luck
he think it's dope.
on your mental health and all of that stuff. I guess
Right, man. Go swallow a pill, bro.
while we're speaking about mental health, I guess we can get on to our next topic, which is there's been a state of emergency called on children's mental health in this country. Um, Everybody know I don't have any children or any children that I take care of, but I know both of you guys have children. So I want to ask you, have your children been affected by this pandemic? Have you noticed any change in them? You know, what do you think about this state of emergency on children's mental health that's going on right now?
personally, I don't know. Of course, unless kids pretty much go through traumatic stuff, I, me personally, just speaking for myself, I think if kids go through a traumatic event or something, but like, I don't think the kids are really tripping off the corona being in the house, and you know what I'm saying, because they still with the people they love, they still getting that love, they still getting the. Now we can get out a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big benefit right there. But I don't know. I don't.
Do you
I don't
think that this pandemic has been like traumatic for kids? Because trauma is a huge word. Like
yeah. What,
difficulty, complicated,
mm,
misunderstood, all that one thing. But traumatic, that's
mm,
a whole like it takes it to a whole nother level when you say
yeah,
traumatic.
and that's what I'm saying. Like this pandemic is, me personally, I don't think it. No,
You
no.
haven't seen any change in your kids, like you haven't nobody's come to you like, Dad, what's going on? Like I'm feeling weird about the world today and my life and all this stuff.
Buy me more. I need this. I need that. I want that.
Daddy, give me some money, Daddy.
Yeah. Since we can't go out, well, I was looking online. Yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah. So
So
they adapting.
so what grades are your kids in?
Fifth grade, and
Oh yeah,
twins ain't in school yet.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's interesting.
What about
so
you?
Um,
Have your kids expressed any concern to
so
you about the pandemic, any trauma that you've seen?
yeah, so they have expressed some differences and some concerns, but
no mic.
my mic. Oh, so what's happened is throughout the pandemic, I have made sure that I've done several things, right? And it was kind of funny at the beginning of the pandemic. Can you hear me, Dirk?
I can hear you. It sound like a robot on my end.
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm not a robot.
we having bad weather out here, so that's probably part of the reason. But for my kids, through part of the pandemic, um, what I would allow them to do is play with other kids through the patio screen, right? So the neighbors' kids would come over and sit on the patio. They'd be in the house with the screen closed, and they'd be able to draw and hang out and talk together. And also with technology, I was able to make sure that my kids had contact with all of their friends, and they had their little outlets.
The friends are important. The
Yeah,
friends are important.
absolutely.
That whole social, you know what I'm saying, existence, just talking to people, even for kids. I get
Hmm.
it. That's why I
Yeah.
can't wait for to get the twins to get in school for that social aspect of they
Yeah.
upbringing. You know,
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I made sure that I gave them multiple different outlets to interact with other people, and then of course we would go on walks all the time, and keep our distance from other people, but they'd at least be able to see a friend or two in person, right?
Mhm.
So they had that interaction for a long time. But I would also ask them how they're feeling about not being in school, by not interacting with their teacher, and always being surrounded by their friends and their peers.
Mhm.
So we would have those talks, and I would remind them that the reason why we have to have things happen the way that we do, and make sure they understood what was going on, but also had them in therapy as well. So
Mhm. Mhm.
they had an additional outlet that they could actually express themselves through,
Right,
and,
right.
and work
Yeah.
through
For the
all of
things
that.
that they feel like they could talk to you about, there was somebody there who they could talk to
Yeah.
about these certain things. Because let's admit, the kids, there's always something that you feel like you just really can't talk to
Hmm.
your parents about. It's just reality.
Yeah.
So you need that person.
So I
Yeah,
just I made sure they had multiple different outlets. Um,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, we had, again, bad weather out here. So I made sure they had multiple different outlets. I made sure they had another avenue outside of myself that they could talk to and vent and express their concerns about being quarantined. And then once they begin to go back to school, I made sure that they were being safe,
Yeah.
right? So this pandemic has had an effect on kids. What I feel the difference is their ability to communicate and express themselves the same way that we can, because they don't have the same vocabulary.
Awareness, consciousness.
Yeah, they really don't know. But if y'all think into the future, just like right now, we can talk about going to Hodgin, or we can Shenandoah, or what's the other school we went to, Dirt? Not
Um,
Oak Hill.
yeah, we went to Oak. I went to Oak Hill. Went
Huh?
to Sherman. Went to Oak Hill. Went to
Sherman.
Sherman. Yep.
Sherman.
Yep.
Sherman. Right.
Yep.
But we had an experience. We had a bit of a different experience, to where we always had peer-to-peer communication, peer-to-peer contacts, teacher to student contact.
Right.
Well, they've had a full year and some change of being robbed of that experience. So when they talk about things when they get older, they're gonna be like, wait, remember we had the pandemic and we were walking with our parents, and we'd see each other and wave from a distance because we couldn't play with each other, right? Even taking into accountability recess, and being able to play at recess. They didn't have that for a full 18 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good stuff like
So
that.
the pandemic has absolutely affected them. It's just their ability
Yeah.
to express.
And I don't think that everything has been exposed yet. I think it's gonna take time. As time rolls out and as these kids grow up, there's gonna be more information about how they have truly been affected by this pandemic, because this is
Yeah,
something they're never gonna forget. So yeah, what we're talking about, a national state of emergency for children's mental health, has been declared by the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Academy of Children and Adolescent Psychiatry, and the Children's Hospital Association. So this is
yeah.
some serious stuff. Like they have a state of emergency out here on children's mental health. So I think this is a really good topic to talk about.
And I think it's for good reason.
No,
Yeah,
it's good to talk about, but you gotta trip off the people that setting this, who also set this state of emergency. Also, I won't say panic mode, but they are, you know what I'm saying? They got high alert on everything, So,
yeah, everything's on high alert.
so I don't want to say people are going to extremes or making things way more bigger than what they were. Because like the kids are informed, you know what I'm saying? They get informed in school, they get informed at
Yeah,
home, they get informed, everywhere about everything that's going on. I think that's what the social aspect I can see more than anything. Like I was speaking about, that social aspect is huge, But
like just being able to be around other kids and stuff like that.
correct. But
Yeah.
Right.
I think
Right.
that go
Okay.
And,
ahead.
and we talking about it from a primary grade level standpoint. But remember, we there's going to be a group of people that are going to be running the country that never had a prom because of this pandemic.
Yeah, could you imagine? I
I
mean, I
can
really
imagine.
Graduations. Yeah, remember the graduations a couple years ago? Like,
Graduations.
man.
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
So they got robbed of that experience and understanding the climate, the political
that's
climate,
huge.
and the jargon behind it. At the end of the day, they won't have those memories because they never went through that. So there's a part of their brain that won't have that line etched in it that solidifies certain behaviors, and that's unfortunately the truth. So I'm glad that a state of emergency has been identified at this point
Yeah.
instead of us waiting 15 years down the line and being like, oh yeah, the reason why y'all so chaotic and so jacked up is because y'all didn't get to experience this, and this.
But, you know, they're gonna come up with a whole new concept for the generation of kids
Yeah,
that were born during the pandemic, and the kids, you know, if you were born at this age, then this is what you're supposed to, you know, it's gonna be a whole thing. They do it to everybody. Gen Xers and the baby boomers, and you know,
right.
there's always this definition of what you're supposed to be, you know, depending on what era you were born in. So we'll see what happens with that.
So
I mean,
let's take like fifth and sixth graders right now. You don't see them kids outside even before like COVID and stuff. Like them kids went outside like that. They gamers. You got your kids out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But not everybody's doing that. So the norm of everyday life was, you know what I'm saying, it's still the same. You know what I'm saying? Except for the social aspect of it. You know, a lot of people stay at home. A lot of people don't walk around the block or go to the
right.
public playground or nothing. You know what I'm saying? People get out of work. I'm tired. Hey, you do you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's funny. Like kids haven't been jaded enough yet. They still want to go outside. They still want to deal with people. They still want to meet people and have fun with people.
That's
They're not
true.
adults, you know. They haven't been jaded by the world yet. So
That's a piece of it. Like a legit piece of it for
they
sure.
haven't had to adult yet and deal with all the craziness. Because look, I've been cool with being in the house, but I can understand how a kid is like,
mhm,
you know, get me out of here. You
right.
know, so we'll
But
see. So
again,
take care of your kids, you guys. Pay attention. Mental health is in a state of emergency for our children. So
yeah, like remember,
say
kids
about
kids
that.
have kids have feelings too, and I think that
Absolutely.
that point goes overlooked and it's not really explored. Um, if you honestly think about it, so what I'm trying to do personally, like I'm future thinking, and I don't want my kids to put me in the damn home. I want my kids to be like, nah, we're gonna take. I'd rather my kids fight over who house I'm going to
Who's
stay
gonna
at.
live? Right?
Yeah,
Who's gonna take care of you?
right. And instead of like being like, well, let's just put his old ass in a home. No, don't put me in no goddamn home.
Right, right.
Don't put me in a home. My attitude too bad for a home. So you know
My
it,
attitude's too bad for home.
it
Somebody's
is.
gonna be coming to pick you up anyway, huh, G?
You're gonna be the
Yeah,
mean
I'm gonna get kicked out.
20-year-old. You're gonna be the
I
meanest
look
80-year-old granddaddy. You're gonna be cussing all the AIDS out in the
right.
doggone house.
I'm gonna get kicked out. They're gonna be like, nah,
They gonna
Mr.
be
Glass
calling
is too
Gabby.
much.
They gonna be calling Gabby like, Miss Gabby, can you please come
Right.
and come and get your father? He's creating all kind of chaos
Yeah,
in the nursing home. We can't
absolutely,
no
Uncle Cabin.
longer hold him.
Gabs, you better come get me. Sari, Lonnie, Bubby, one of y'all motherfuckers better come get me, goddamn it, because I'm about to slap the
Yeah.
shit out of somebody.
You ain't even gonna wait for the aide to call. You gonna call them yourself. Look, they about to call you because I didn't blew up.
Yeah, yeah. Like damn that.
Interesting. Yeah. Well,
So, you know, children's mental health is absolutely important and it shouldn't be overlooked and it shouldn't be uh something that is downplayed because you take our childhood in consideration, right? I'll take mine. and dealing with different things. And as a 40-year-old man, simply finding out where some of these things happen, where some of my actions came from, some of my behaviors came from, and actually getting to the bottom of that so that I can change that side picture, so that I can do something different. They're gonna have to go through the same shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So it can't be glossed over. It should be taken in consideration. It should be something that we talk to them about. If not like the direct question of how's your mental health doing, is just, hey baby, how was your day today? You know, how you doing today? What's going on with you? How your friends doing? What'd you eat for lunch?
Right.
You know,
How your
just
mama
stuff
doing?
like that. Right. How your mama doing?
I
How
got you.
your mama
I'd
doing?
never ask them how their mama doing, because I don't give a shit.
That was from a movie. I was, Mother.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I
Yeah.
said it. I threw it
What
out.
up, Cuzzo?
Hey, birthday girl.
Hey.
You guys, that's our segment on the mental health stuff. Hey, Wanda, happy birthday. We've already done your happy birthday to you, girl, but I guess now that you're here, we can at least give you
Thank
a
you.
round of applause.
Y'all,
Happy
my husband tried
birthday. I
really
hope you
hard to get me here on time. He went for the early comedy show and everything.
had
But it went a little bit longer than what we thought. He want to tell
Hey,
everybody,
Who
I'm
did
so
y'all go
We
sorry.
see?
gotta go see.
We went
still
to go
back.
see Jason Banks. He's really big on TikTok.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Oh,
No shit.
Yeah.
Jason Banks. Wow.
Oh man. So how was his stand-up?
Freaking hilarious. When I tell you that he is so freaking funny. Like, so
Oh my
funny. It was so
God.
good.
You had a
So
good time.
good.
Oh,
It was
that's
so
so
good, y'all.
cool. Oh, my God.
That's what's
But
up.
we will talk about that later. Let's get back to what we were talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Since you were here, you got something to say about the children's mental? Go ahead, Jay. My bad. Go ahead,
No,
Jay.
no, go ahead. Yeah, we were just getting done with our mental health state of emergency for children's mental health segment. So,
Mhm.
you can go ahead, let us know what you think about it, and then we can move on to the next topic. So, yeah.
I honestly think like our children's mental health has not been taken seriously for a very long time.
So you
They
think it's a
like
good thing, the state of emergency thing that's going on?
yeah, and I mean it's so many like it's been so long that it's been like you ain't got no job, you ain't got no bills, you ain't got nothing to worry about, that type of thing. And kids do stress. They have stress.
Absolutely.
We've all been children and we've all been stressed.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I've been a
Like,
kid
I
before and
mean,
I've been
it may not
stressed.
seem like
Okay.
it's big to other people, but our stress is very real at that time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I really feel that we should definitely take our children's mental health very seriously.
Let me ask you this. Have you experienced anything firsthand with your children or the children that are around you to say, like, oh my God, this pandemic is affecting them in a negative way?
Absolutely, because
That's a great
they miss their
question.
friends and they feel like they ain't got nobody to talk to, but the people
Oh,
that are in their immediate circle because that's all they see.
yeah,
Absolutely, like they miss social interaction.
yeah,
So, and all they have is these four walls because we wasn't going nowhere.
right, yeah.
So, I mean, I was like, there was no gymnastics, there was no basketball, there was no football, there was no dance
No
club, there was no
sports,
nothing.
the music classes,
Absolutely, like
after
my
school
daughter is in special
program.
chorus. There was none of that.
We sing
No
around here.
Caroline mission.
No
We got
Caroline
no,
mission. There was
I mean, shit,
nothing.
there wasn't no summer camp. Ain't no summer camp. I
I
No,
can't
don't
go
I
to
there
don't
there was
camp.
there was
right.
nothing.
I can't go
I
to
don't
camp
know what we
this
would have
And,
done
and we
if we
expect
wouldn't
them
have been
not to
at
go stir
Caroline mission.
crazy. We expect them to just be okay.
I would have died without my Camp Tambo. I had to go every summer. I needed to go to my summer camp. I couldn't do it. Bye. Out of here.
Yeah. So, but
So,
yeah,
And
yeah. So
so
everybody pay attention.
so
Pay
what
attention to your kids, baby.
what she was saying is she tries to keep open dialogue daily so she can
mhm.
help him catch those red flags. And there are a lot of red flags that may have been built up with kids.
Oh, I should have had
Again,
the flags thing going across the
Oh
screen.
Lord,
oh
we need some
yeah,
red flags.
yeah,
I'm so sick of
yeah.
those red flags.
That
But
that we
I digress.
You know, because again, we had the availability after a long day. At the very least, there's several things that's gonna happen for us. First off, we see each other in the morning. We'd eat lunch. We'd go to recess. Bless
Excuse
you.
me, I'm sorry.
And then we'd all be able to go outside and play together,
Hmm.
right? Kids ain't even got even if they have close family members, they ain't even got that option right now
Mhm. Yeah,
to go
so
out. Well, they at least they didn't to go out and play together. So
But mine, they play with they cousins daily. So,
okay, at least they're blessed to
but
have
we keep
cousins
we
and
keep our
stuff.
bubble. We know our bubble. So if anything happened, we be like, hey,
Yeah.
right, right.
Well, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about
she said
our
she want to
next.
be a thug in South Carolina.
Thug ass Steve.
Hey, I'm with you, Sheba. I might have been the thug too without the mission, like for
I
real.
love Caroline Mission. I used to want
It
to
took
be
us
a
away
counselor
from
so
the hood.
bad when I grew up.
It was great.
Thug
I loved
ass
it.
Sheba.
I loved it. Yeah, yeah. When I was down, when I was when I was younger in Caroline Mission, I really thought that I was gonna have a bunch of kids. I don't know what happened. Something happened, and then I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I knew when I was a kid, I was like, man, we gonna kick it. Nah, something happened.
Not
That
today,
didn't
Satan.
go down.
Not today, Isis.
Not
Uterus, you on hold.
today.
You on hold, uterus. We ain't finna do this bullshit right now.
That
So,
is
so,
hilarious.
the
She
next
like,
topic
yeah,
we
I
got.
was gonna have a bunch of kids, but nah.
I was all about it. We was about to be kicking in. I don't even remember what happened
Let
that
me tell
made
you
me
what
go,
happened.
eh.
Life
It just
happened,
didn't
and
work
you
out
realize
that
this is
way.
not what it is.
I don't know. I can't even remember what it was that made me decide that. But anyways, okay.
You like, nah, fam.
So let's talk about these vaccine mandates. This is something else that's affecting our children, right? Because all these schools, they're like people are protesting outside of the school because they're trying to force the kids to get vaccinated, and I don't know what's up, Wanda. Let us know what's going on, girl.
Girl. Okay. So from personal experience, my job has recently enforced the vaccine mandate for employees. Y'all know
Mm-hmm,
that I work at a dental school, so
mm-hmm,
there's students, there's staff, there's all of that.
mm-hmm,
So back in August, they sent out an email stating by October 28th, we must be fully vaccinated or at least
mm-hmm,
have vaccinated, and they'll go by the good faith rule that you'll finish
mm-hmm.
getting vaccinated by that time, or else you'll be terminated.
So what they're gonna require you to bring your card in and actually prove that
We
you've
had to
been.
turn in cards stating that we were vaccinated. We had to send them to our HR department, whatever. But when that happened, personally, in my area, I lost a good worker.
Aw.
You lost what? Say that
And
again.
People are
I
really
lost
walking out.
I lost a coworker because of
People are
it.
really walking out, quitting. Basketball players are giving up millions of dollars. Like
Yes.
people are really serious about this.
Yeah,
And
Kyrie Irving.
she was like a legit, like she worked. She was there on time every day.
Hmm.
But because she did not want to get the vaccine and she did not have an exemption, i.e., um, religious or medical reasons,
Hmm.
they let her go.
Do you know what her reason was? Why she
She just
didn't
didn't
want to get
trust
the
it.
vaccine? She just didn't trust it. Like
She just didn't trust it,
there's no
and
religious
and
thing.
she
There's
just
no
didn't trust it,
medical and all this
and
stuff.
that was her reason. She just didn't trust it.
Yeah.
It wasn't out there long enough for her to just be
Hmm.
putting
Hmm.
something foreign in her body,
Yeah.
as she would say.
Hmm.
That's
So
that's hard for
now
me to
to
accept.
me, like I feel like everybody has their own choice. I mean, it's your body, do what you will. I mean, just like they're trying to force, you know, women to keep children that they're not ready to have. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they're trying to give
But
you jail time for having a miscarriage. Okay.
so my thing is like, is your body your choice? But I mean, and we have protocols. You know, if you don't get it, you will have to be tested weekly, which was fine. But if you did not have an exemption, that would not work for you. So since she doesn't believe in a higher entity, she doesn't believe in Western medication, so she doesn't have a doctor. So she didn't have medical reasons she couldn't get a medical exemption or a religious exemption. So we just lost a good worker because of the vaccine mandate.
So I think a lot of people were trying to call the government's bluff, right? And they were also trying to call the employer's bluff. But what they forgot is that they are replaceable.
Okay.
You lose a good worker.
By now you know.
Yeah, and sure. So, because the same thing's happening within the military branches, we're losing. I got a lot of good sailors, soldiers, Marines, and airmen. But what that does is that it begins to create upward mobility, and it begins to create opportunity. Because what people begin to forget is, at the end of the day, the job that you have, you're simply a producer. If you're not being productive, what use does the actual job have for you? It's not that the job has an intrinsic value placed on you, but they need you to perform a specific job. And if you don't want to do it, well, guess what? There are people coming out of school right now. There are people that need a job that lost their jobs previously, and then now they got an opportunity because you refuse to get a freaking vaccine, but you'll take ivermectin.
Oh, they'll take all the
That's the horse drug, right?
And people don't understand that these companies have mandates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By the government, by you know what I'm saying, by certain structures and different entities that they have to you know what I'm saying, keep having. So that's what it all boiled down to. And then like for the whole shot thing, like me, I didn't get the shot for me. I got the shot for my family.
Right.
The people I knew I was gonna be around. So
Right.
if you know you finna be around a bunch of people all day, 8-10 hours is a long time. We spend more time at work than we do at home.
Home.
Okay.
So if you don't protect yourself from your coworkers and your coworkers ain't doing the same thing, it's all bad. You taking stuff home, you know, you gotta protect yourself, and that's how I feel about it. So I'm with the mandates personally in the workplace.
And like y'all know that I work in the medical field, so we were losing patients because we did not require the vaccine at first. Like they were like, "Oh, y'all not vaccinated here? Oh, I'm not gonna come here."
Yeah, because they can't trust.
Okay, right.
So
it's
like I know it's kind of like
yes,
good workers.
I know
it is.
Yes, it's back and forth, so much tension, and you know, this gray area, people on the left, people on the right, and the people in the middle, and it's just too much.
Absolutely, Che. And I think
it's a lot.
Yeah, and I think the people people have forgotten that this isn't a political movement. The vaccine is not a political movement, right? It's simply a public health crisis. That's what it is.
Right.
It's a public health crisis. I don't give a shit if you're a Democrat or a Republican or a Libertarian. That really has nothing to do with the vaccine. The vaccine has everything to do with being able to be around other people, having the freedom of being able to travel, again, like work, like we're talking about right now, and keeping not just yourself safe, but everybody else safe. Yeah, you can still get it, but you have less of a chance of spreading it because you have the vaccine.
Right.
So I think it's a bullshit movement that's gaslighting the real issues of it, and unfortunately people have taken to it and they've attached themselves to it so they can promote Donald Trump and a conservative movement.
But it's weird because Donald Trump even got a vaccine. He even got vaccinated. Like, listen, yeah, I support it.
Right. But Trump was also part of the conspiracy too, you know what I'm saying, at the beginning, you know what I'm saying, talking about this and that. So that's what I've been seeing, a lot of conspiracy. Everybody got their own conspiracy theory about the shot. And you know,
yeah.
Bruh, look at the read the fine print on what it actually does. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, and the thing is, like, certain people who say, "Oh, I'm not getting it. I don't know what they put in my body," but at the same time, you ever eating hot dogs
Okay, taking all
and
pills.
like you're eating other processed foods.
And
What
it's
are
so
you putting in your body then? Do you
because
know
if you
exactly
was
what you're putting in your body then?
baby, if you was laying on a hospital bed and you thought you was dying, you would let them inject you with everything they wanted to. You wouldn't
Exactly,
care
Jay.
what it was. You would
Yeah.
It
listen
was
to them.
at the
Okay.
comedy show today. It was a comedian. He said if they how they forcing the vaccine, they like if they had put that vaccine in them Popeyes chicken sandwiches,
Okay.
half the doggone country would be vaccinated by
Amen. Amen.
Crazy.
because
Yeah,
everybody was eating that damn Popeyes chicken sandwich.
it's
It made him
very
think not twice
interesting
about
what
the
people
hormones that
react
was in there.
to. Yeah, yeah. It's very
Crazy,
interesting.
crazy.
But people will do, and I get the whole. Well, I'm upset about a mandate. Well, if you're
Mm-hmm.
upset about a mandate and you're willing to take a stance now, why didn't you take a stance for the LGBTQ community when they were being ostracized? Why didn't you take a stance for uh, black people that got killed by cops when that's still happening, right? Why don't you take a
Mm-hmm.
stance against corporations that are draining the
Trying to pay you
American person?
$7.25 for your hour
Right.
time.
Absolutely. Why didn't you take a fucking stance towards freaking minimum wage versus a living wage? Get the fuck off of this, people. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bullshit ass excuse.
Picking and choosing. It's
Yeah.
really easy.
Now all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're a fucking patriot because you don't take a jab. Get the fuck out of here. The sniff test don't make sense to me. It don't smell right. Something's wrong with this picture. Now I'm ultra patriot. I'm an ultra patriot because I don't take a fucking vaccine. No, you're a fucking coward. That's what you are. That's what people are. Like,
And like I've heard people say,
Doing it for your
"Well, you got the
country.
vaccine. I'll see what happens to you within a year." What do you mean? What's gonna happen within me? I'm gonna be.
They just think we all gonna just die. I guess we're just gonna just
I'm like, okay. So
explode.
even if I do,
Explode.
I'm like, what you think gonna happen? You think I'm gonna mutate? Like, what do you think is gonna happen to me?
With horns on our heads.
Like, I always wanted
right.
to be an X-Man. So
You hear
shit,
me?
bring it
Okay.
on.
Follow.
You
Shit, I've
would.
always wanted to be
Not an
Miss.
X-Man.
I've always wanted to be. Give
Okay,
me that.
Storm. Okay, Storm.
Exactly. Give me that.
Yeah. Well, I got the shot too,
Magical
so
powers a
I'll be
long time
gambling.
ago.
I'll be
What
over there
happened to that?
shooting cards out and shit. Yeah, man. College shit. At the end of the day, man, protect your family, protect your friends, protect your loved
Right.
ones if you
I have
can.
family members that are immune compromised, so I took it for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel
I
bad
like
if
being
you
around my
was one and
family.
got
I don't want
somebody
nothing to
sick.
keep me away from them, and I'm gonna do what I have to do to keep them safe.
Right.
So
Right. Absolutely.
That's my only.
It is what it is.
Answer when people ask me that why I take the shot, and I say for my family. I leave it at that. You know, it's for my people.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sorry. So we got a troll. We got our first troll, Gloria,
Oh Jesus.
and bless your heart.
Bless you.
You and probably like so no, and this I'm not speaking for the panel when I say this, right, Gloria? I want you to take this specifically from James Glass. James Glass, being of myself, mother had you, mother made you, and motherfuck you. Because what you're saying has an absolutely there's no sense in what you're saying. And what you actually do is you use circular logic to bring yourself back to feeling okay about a selfish ass fucking decision, Gloria Miller. So from the bottom of my heart and the entrails of my soul, Gloria, kiss my motherfucking ass.
Not the entrails.
I'm weak. I am so weak.
You don't know the show you came on, baby. This ain't that
I'm
type
so
of
weak
show.
right now.
We
Okay,
organic
girl.
as hell.
Oh,
You
And we
bless
came
your
gonna give
heart,
it to you.
baby.
at the end of the conversation anyways. We about to move on to something else. Bye.
Bless your heart, love.
That's great. That's great.
Bless your heart.
Thanks for coming on and participating in
Bless your
our
heart,
Right.
Jesus.
Right.
All right.
Your
So anyway,
mama.
we're talking about this vaccine mandates and everything. Mr. Colin
Girl,
Powell.
bad. Okay, sis, hold on now, sis. What you're not gonna do is come on here and attack my family members. That's what you're not gonna do.
No, your
That's number one.
listen. Her mama name.
Okay.
Her mama name is my husband. So where she thinks she came from?
So that's what you're not
That's
gonna do,
probably
boo
like
boo.
that's probably some
I
little
mean,
9-year-old kid.
okay, you know what?
Probably right,
Today's
baby.
my
That's
birthday,
why I
and
ain't
I'm not gonna stoop
Yeah.
low.
You probably need to do
I'm gonna
researching.
elevate high. I'm gonna do what our first lady say and go high. But sis, don't start
You're
no
not a real
essays if you
person.
don't want no IT, okay?
let her keep commenting. That's cool.
Okay, get on
No,
that.
because what we do have the option of doing
Next.
is block. Bitch gone. Too
Bye.
easy. Way too easy.
You probably some old man with a big old beer belly called Marvin. His house eating string
Facts.
cheese and drinking Jack Daniels with a straw. So
Right.
bye.
Facts.
Okay, so
All right.
anyway,
So what we
Anyway,
got next? What we got next?
let's talk about
Talking
just
about a
give
great general.
send our respects to
Oh my God.
passed away
Yeah.
recently. And you know, we were talking about people who were vaccinated and still ended up passing away from
Yeah.
complications and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think that I heard them mention something about that when in regards to his passing away. So, but yeah, we just wanted to just send our regards and give our condolences to Colin Powell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We
I
just
mean,
wanted
this.
to take our moment to do that. You know.
Yeah. This guy was absolutely great. He was a great human. So if y'all didn't
all right.
know,
I'm gonna say that as a military individual, yeah. Let's hear that.
yeah. So I always held Colin Powell in very high esteem, and I've worked with and been face to face with a lot of generals throughout my military career. And I never met Colin Powell face to face, but I read a lot of his books. I read his memoir, and I was absolutely captivated by. And actually, he's part of my inspirations as to why I do the things that I do today. So Colin Powell, from a boy from New York, parents were immigrants from Jamaica, went to public school, went to city college, and was the first Black or African American that was a Secretary of State. Right? He didn't do anything that would align with the movement of being a prestigious person. Right? He didn't come from power. He didn't come from wealth. He came from very humble beginnings, and he made his way all the way up to the White House. And he worked for, throughout his career, very influential people that held power over the country. And he made his way up. And one of the biggest things that happened to him is a lot of people wanted him to run for president, but he didn't. And I think he didn't because of his understanding about military members moving into that type of position, former military members moving into that type of position, and not having the same perspective as regular civilians on a daily basis. He didn't graduate from West Point. He didn't graduate from the Citadel, any of those things. He graduated from City College with a geology major. Right? So he wasn't something that would be considered someone who would be considered to hold the offices that he held or have the power and or influence that he held. Not just that, but he was also the commanding general. And although he got misinformation, and he was the influence to invade Iraq about weapons of mass destruction, right? He absolutely did that to his, like, he wasn't proud of that. But the doctrine that came out of that is so important to the military service as a whole. He represented his people. He never forgot about where he came from, ever. He was just like a great, great, great guy. And he was a Republican.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a second. My door again. Sorry.
So
no problem.
R.I.P. Mr. Colin Powell, we appreciate what you've
Yes.
done for the country.
Salute to you, sir.
It's never easy to
Thank
be
you
the
for your
first black
service.
person to do anything. So, we appreciate you for that.
Thank
So
you
yeah.
so much.
Anybody else have anything to say about Colin before we go to
No,
the
I just felt like it was really sad, but I mean, things happen, and
Do anybody know the state of his wife? I know she was ill as well, so I don't know the state of his wife. So
I didn't hear about his wife.
yeah,
That's
she was.
something really,
Yeah,
really
they
good.
both had got sick, and it. So
we definitely have to look into that.
yeah, we'll check that out. But we definitely want to just show respect and love for a great
Absolutely.
African American general. Why not? Show love, and that's all it was.
Peace. Peace, yes. So, now that we have done our celebration for the life of Colin Powell, let's go back. Let's get to something that's really fun and really cool, and I'm sure that all four of us are really proud of. We are celebrating our 1 year anniversary as a family bloodline podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Yay! You
Yes.
Drink to that.
to tell a friend. Make sure you guys like our YouTube channel. I'll admit that things haven't been going as quickly as I expected them to go throughout this 12 months. But I really hope that we can get more subscribers, and we're inviting you guys to like and subscribe our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, and hopefully we can get that going again. Our subscriber
Yes.
count.
So I think we're gonna just start like posting from YouTube like permanently,
Yeah,
and that should definitely do it. So
yeah. And hopefully, like I said in the beginning, we're just starting this YouTube only live. This is our first time doing it. Obviously, you can tell we don't have as many people chiming in as usual. When we're going on Facebook Live and YouTube, but hopefully over the next 2 or 3 other YouTube only lives, people will kind of jump on board and realize that we're only on YouTube now, and hopefully it'll help our subscribers and it'll get us,
get us
in
moving
that
forward.
position. So yeah, us moving forward. So we're just testing this out today. What do you guys think? I mean, I've had a good time. It's been a learning process for me.
Absolutely.
It's been something really cool to do over this pandemic when we all stuck in the house. It was really cool to be able to come on Zoom and talk to each other and create something out of nothing together. So, what do you guys think? Happy 1 year anniversary, family
Happy
bloodline
1 year anniversary, guys.
And birthday, Wanda.
Yeah,
And
right.
thank you.
On Wanda's birthday.
So what about you, Dirk? What do you think about it?
I love the whole little process. We done had our ups and downs. We done had fights. We done came on here. We done cried together. We done laughed together numerous
And
times.
then wanted to quit.
Correct. It's been a good process.
Absolutely.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love spending all this time with you guys. It's been definitely a learning experience. I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
In this process.
Right.
I know,
Yeah.
right? So like I've definitely appreciated everything, and I'm ready for growth, and let's get it.
It's been a cool process. It's been really cool, because you guys know I moved out of St. Louis a long time ago and didn't talk to a lot of my family for a long time. So this has been a really cool experience for me, and I've been able to reconnect and connect more with you guys and learn everything that's going on. And like Dirt said, it's been up and down, but I'm happy that we decided to just get together, and even if it's nothing more than us being able to see each other's faces
Right.
every other week, it means something just to show up. So
It does.
So yay!
I'm excited. I'm excited for the growth. So
You know, man.
And I'm proud of us. Go ahead, Fat, because
I'm
you're
sorry.
fluent in your own thoughts.
Oh
like
God.
I feel like you're about to say something.
like everybody expressed, like this has been a very, very telling sign. A lot of growth has had to happen with me personally, and like redefining what the word commitment means, redefining what wealth means, redefining what working for yourself means, and finding time to to do better and be better because we got people coming up after us. That's our future.
Yeah.
And being able to just, although it's not in person, simply being able to see my family,
Yeah,
right?
just if we don't do
That's
nothing
that's
but
that's been the
stare at
biggest
each
thing.
other, just make sure we're still breathing. It
Yeah,
means something. That little
yeah,
bit, like even if
absolutely.
you're mad
That's
at me,
been
even if you hate me in that moment, just
Right.
I'm
Call me and tell me
yeah,
I'm ugly or something. I know you
right,
love me. You hear me?
right.
right.
You hear me?
I just
And
want
I,
to know
I
that I'm not be mad at you, but I'm happy that you're still breathing. Okay,
right, right.
Jesus.
Y'all are a mess.
And
Just
I
call me
think
and tell me you love me. That's all I need to hear.
Right.
Okay,
right,
cuss me out and then say, "But I love you." Die.
right. And I think it's given me a better view into how to work with family when it comes to business and how to how to how to just interact with different personalities, especially as we become adults. And it's been such a it's been more good than bad exponentially,
Yes,
Absolutely. Definitely
right?
more
absolutely.
good than bad. Definitely more
And
good than bad.
I think we got something real here, and I think we got to continue it. We got to keep pushing forward. Um, Overall, it's been a hard experience, but I'm appreciative of it. I really am.
More
I love
than bad.
y'all. You better say it, Tay.
More than Every time I look at you, Fat, now I want to sing that song now.
Yeah, so I've loved it. I've loved it. We got a lot of work to do. We got a long way to go. We've got a lot of stuff that we have. We're really designing our own future.
Yeah.
We're designing our own future, and I love this process. It's not easy. Not everybody can do it,
Mhm.
but we're here.
That's true.
1 year later,
Yeah.
And
we're here.
we're here.
Thank
So
you. Thank you to everybody. I mean, I'm really excited that at least all four of us, we're still showing up together. We're still showing up, y'all. Like,
Indeed.
and we've been through some ups and some downs. Like, this has been a roller coaster for us. But I hope that especially at the very least, we could be an example to other members of our family and other our friends, who have their own families, that you can come together and do something together. And it doesn't have to be a fight, and it doesn't have to um, be a negative thing. Like, you can put your heads together and actually
And come up with something great.
come up with something great and be great together. So I hope that at the very least we've been an example for other people and other family members. And one thing I've learned and one thing I've tried to push is, although that we're all family, we are also all individuals.
mm,
So
Absolutely.
let's accept each other for who we are as individuals.
yeah.
Let's try to get away from that clumping each other in the same ball of I'm this way, and because you're my family, we're all supposed to be this way kind of thing. And let's
Hmm.
allow each other to be individuals and love each other the same.
Absolutely.
That's something
I
I've
love
learned
it.
in this
I love
experience.
it.
Absolutely.
Love y'all.
Yeah.
Love
Love
you
y'all too.
too.
So yeah, you guys, that's the show. That's the show for tonight, the podcast for tonight. Thanks for coming on.
We
And
appreciate
interact
you.
with us, Sheba, all the trolls. We love you too, trolls.
Yeah.
Go get vaccinated and stop killing people. Okay. Or don't and die. I don't care. No,
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Like she said.
Yeah. Thank you for everybody for joining us. We're gonna be YouTube only for, as an experiment, at least for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, this will work out and more people understand what we're doing. We got a lot of videos up on YouTube.
A ton.
Go check us out.
Check them out.
I don't know. What are we up to? About 50, 52, 53 videos on YouTube now? I'm not really sure.
Like even with the trolls, if you really have some relevant information to put out about vaccines,
relevant be the key word.
Send us an email so we can bring you on. Don't be a coward and not show your face and not be behind your word. If you're gonna say something about it, be about it. Show your face. Let's talk about it, and we'll move through it.
Yeah, or just contact Fat directly because I don't really want to be in the mess. Anyways, and last but not least, make sure you donate to our podcast.
There it is.
Cash out. We have a business bank account going on. Woo, woo. It takes time sometimes, but we doing it. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
We got the dollar sign, the FBL podcast. Go ahead and cash app us some donations so we can go ahead and spend some money and get this thing really, really rolling. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Any final thoughts?
Well, y'all.
Right.
Final thoughts. Don't forget to brush and floss.
Okay, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth.
Twice a day, preferably.
Yeah, I got no final thoughts outside of good night. God bless.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.